All right, here we go, guys. We're back, and this is a winner's side match. Francisco Bustamante, Django versus Jayson Shaw. This is going to be an interesting match because this is like firepower versus mover. You know, also Boosty is known as the shooter as well. So I think the odds are in favor of Django to win this. What do you guys think? Let me hear your opinion in the chat room. Win or lose, I think both players are going to give us a good match. And it's going to be pretty good action. I want to thank Tiger Products for working with POVPOOL and sponsoring the West Coast Swing. Also would like to thank Ariel Carmelli at Carmelli Cues. So let's go. Let's get this going on. And a ball goes down on the break, which stipulates a re-rack. Jason Russell says Jason's going to win. Steve Sherman says Shaw will win. Z-Monster says Boosty will win. A lot of people think Shaw. It's not going to be a slow match, but I wonder what the over-under on the time is. I'm going to say an hour and 20 minutes. So there's the break. So let's see. Jayson Shaw has already proven that he's very capable of taking the rack and finding a ball that's makeable, and whether or not the rack is on his side or in his favor or not, he's shown that in one shot he can make a ball happen, but I don't know if it's going to be this easy with Django. So he's gonna show us a game, that's for sure. That is for sure. So Jayson just goes into the stack. Very smart shot to start off. Jayson Shaw, as you guys know or may not know, but he won the Pro 10 Challenge that we held last night. Boosty making another ball go to his side. Still in the stack. I think he might be looking at this two ball, like maybe sending the two ball to his side, but he knows that if he does that, he's kind of freeing up the cue ball. And that six ball sort of blocks a clear path for the two ball to go all the way to his side. that was not a well-timed shot, but I think Jayson's going to have to play a little defense still. Nothing quite open yet. Zero ball count right now. So he hits a rail, and Jayson looked like he almost kind of corner hooked Busty. Did he corner hook Busty? No, I don't think it's corner hooked, and I don't think he wants to touch that ball anyway, the 2 ball. So he's looking at, he's going to take a foul. He's going to take a foul. So Busty owes 1. And Jayson's going to give it back. In a way, that was kind of a good sacrifice by both players. So Django kind of finds himself in the same situation he was a minute ago, except now one of the balls that he has there has been taken away, and 2 of the balls that were there also are a little further away from his pocket. And still not much for Jayson. Wow, that's going to be a foul, an intentional foul. Again by Francisco, who's playing it very safe, but he also got very fortunate in that he has completely protected the balls that are by his pocket. So Jayson's asking for Busty to acknowledge that that ball is either frozen or not frozen. I don't know what the call is. But that's a good hit, and I think it wasn't frozen. So Jayson plays a good safety. Now remember, Francisco's on 1 foul. There is a 3-foul rule. And if you commit 3 fouls, the game's over. Boosty still owes 1. He's moved the penny to the 2 spot, but is he going for this bank? Well, I think Jayson's going to sacrifice this ball. And this actually could work out for Jayson. It could turn things around because that 1 ball, when it makes the 14, it could roll toward his pocket. Well, it rolled into the stack. But that's okay. That's a good shot. So we're back to 0-0.
So.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Hi.
Geraldine's back.
Hi. I'm back.
So
I'm not saying that we're finished today, and I'm not saying we're finished after this match.
Okay. But you're saying that I could probably play some pool tonight?
Actually, yes, I do think you can. But I am saying I do know who I'd like to see tomorrow morning. But you have a choice of 2 different matches.
Okay.
Shall I open it up? Shall I open up the can of worms, or should I just tell you?
You know, you can do a survey on Twitter, and we'll see where it's at tomorrow morning. You want to do it that way?
No.
Why not?
Because I just want the match that I want.
You what?
I just want the match that I want.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
The match
is it from the winners or one loss?
Winners.
Okay.
Winners at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay. 10:30? My gosh, I'm still going to have to get up early.
Yes. I said I would like to see the Tony Chohan versus Chip Compton match.
Oh, Chip's still on the winners, huh?
The other match is Dennis Orcollo versus John Schmidt.
Oh.
Interesting, but we've seen that matchup before. Twice.
We saw it last year.
Twice last year.
I want to see Chohan and Chip.
Good, because that's what I said too.
Yeah. Let's get to the Midwest.
I mean, we can put the other match on the second table, but as it's been going today, we're not even getting that second table because the table on the match on this table has been lasting a long time.
Yeah.
Before Chohan's last match, Dennis was on the table here playing Oscar.
Yes.
Chohan sat down for about 10 minutes to sweat the action.
Oh, cool, cool. Well, yeah, he wants to see what Dennis is doing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm sure he knows.
Did you put him on the mic?
No, he didn't sit here. He sat over there.
Damn, I should have had him commentate. Dennis might have come over and been like, hey, no, Tony, commentate. No. For those that don't know, here it is. Jayson took his time in this game so far. Much different game than the one he played against. Much different game than the one he played against Skylar. So Shaw's on the board. And he appears to be poised to string a few more pearls. We all know that Jayson likes to make the most of his opportunities when he's got an open shot, and this is what you're probably going to see. You're probably going to see him maximize, and that's something that's pretty interesting about Jayson. Is you know, like Chris Swart observed earlier today, you know, Jayson has a sort of a straight pool style where he'll pick at the rack instead of look for a bank. Pick at the stack. So this could be 8 and out for Jayson. Now that this table's open. This is off of Boostie's break too, so you know. So, you know, we know what that means. He'll probably stun back for the 9 and the 3. You come in between the 10 and the 3. Jayson playing for 4. I guess I lost count. See, that's the problem with Jayson. He just makes balls way too fast. 1-0. Check out west8billiards.com today and find out how to get a pool table at 0% financing. 0%. It's kind of like buying a table, but not buying it right away. Just buying it over time with no percent financing. No interest. Jayson's gonna pick the same pocket.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Trouble.
Here comes Handy. You all checked into the hotel? Didn't take long, he says. Okay. Are you on control then? Okay. John, help yourself. Take that and just make it look comfortable. Probably this way. Probably be the best. You can extend or shorten this way. If it's uncomfortable, you can do it this way. Hold on. You look like you might like it shorter. It's supposed to kind of fit above your ear right here. Yeah. Is that all right? There you go.
How long have you guys been going?
This is the second game. Jayson Shaw just won the first game on Boostie's break. And Jayson just broke. Ball count is 0. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you here.
You can hear me here. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Okay,
that's the whole point.
that's the whole point.
So,
well, what a tournament. If this is not the who's who of one pocket for the West Coast.
Right, and some from the Midwest as well, and then you got Jayson Shaw. And
well, I mean, the best players in the world are here, but this, this is the best field we've had in the West Coast that I can think of. And they're trying to trap me in a golf game already. But
yeah, I know. They're even after you get out of the golf game, they're coming back to tell you to come back.
You can play that game.
Hey, Chris, we got a pool hall to promote here. This one.
California Billiards. I hope the guys, this is John Henderson. I hope the guys from onepocket.org are watching and listening. I didn't get to play in this one. I was involved in an auto accident. My back's a little stiff.
What?
Yeah. I got my car totaled on the freeway. Some
man.
young lady rear-ended me. And so I said, well, I'll just come on down here and get
When was this?
This was
Just last week or something?
2 weeks ago tomorrow. And it's still a little achy. I tried playing some at hard times, and it just didn't work too good. So.
You know, for those that don't, well, there's a lot of history with John Henderson, but John recently drove 400 miles to come and play a one-pocket challenge that we set up at James Botch's house on a 10-foot table, and you know, he said it in the trailer. What'd you say? I didn't drive 400 miles to be a pacer in this thing.
That's exactly right.
And you won it.
They rated me last in the field.
Yeah, we see. Yeah.
Looky here. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, that's a dangerous shot.
Well, he's going to go for his hole. You know, both of them. I think Busty is probably certainly is a better mover than him. And but you know, Jayson's looking to get 8 and out anytime and does it often. You know, this is the second match today on this table, I think. I watched him beat Sky when I first walked in here.
Yes, yeah, but that was a different kind of game. That was like full offense, and
yeah, they wouldn't play 2 safeties in a row, either one of them. It was kind of fun to watch, you know, and of course. Sky Woodward wasn't he wasn't on top of his game, but nice shot.
Well, to Shaw's credit, I will say that in this last game that we just watched, although it still only took about 15 minutes, Jayson waited for Django to make a mistake, and it worked. So he ended up running out, though, you know, 8 and out.
Well, No,
it's okay. I'll hang here. I'm good now.
Yeah, they're both. I mean, they're both looking to get out anytime they have a shot. You're going to see some moving. They certainly both know how to play. Bustamante is a little more seasoned one-pocket player, and is always right there.
Ralph DeLoyne is making a comment. He says, come on, Daniel, if you're going to have John on there, don't let him sell that stuff. He'd get up and gamble in a heartbeat. I guarantee his back doesn't hurt that bad. He's doing this before I was born. Glad you're okay, John.
I already played a couple of games of golf, Ralph, just to make sure I wasn't totally helpless. But after about three sets of one pocket last Saturday, I could tell it wasn't all there. Busty's probably he's going to get a few more. I don't know that he might get out.
Well, he's got the 4 and then the 8, but it'd be nice if he could. He's looking at the bank or a bank.
Yeah. He wants to cross the 5, I think, and throw it down, and then use take the ball out of the hole and then bump it up a little bit. I'm thinking ahead here, but let's see what he does. If he's going to do that, he's going to see here. He's going to cross this ball. Now he'll bump the other ball up where he can bank it
after the cross.
After the 8. No, after the 8's going to be next. If he needs it, oh, he hit it a little high.
A little high, a little short there. So.
Well, he's going to have to do something he just doesn't like to do. He's going to have to go down table and hope he makes a mistake.
Well,
try to put it behind the 11 down there.
Yeah.
Might be able to bank the 6 down or just go off of it down. But got some balls in his.
I don't mind that shot. Bank it flat, kind of, and then come off
Well,
the
then you got a
off the
possibility
12.
of a scratch doing that. But he'd much rather go for something than just play a straight safety. And that's what he did.
Oh, he banked it way too wide.
Yeah, yeah. And
So ball counts 5-0, guys. 5-0 Busty.
but that was, that shot will work. He doesn't have anything offensive here.
Is there a way he can try to protect this 5?
He's going to kick it. He's probably kicking it to 12. Or what's he doing? Are you going to hit it? Yeah. Ooh.
Wow, well, I ask and I get the answer.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a beautiful shot. I
Well,
mean,
he's
dangerously close.
He's got the same. He's going to bank a ball down again. But
You think he'll play this 9?
You don't play this to make it. You just play the ball to go over on the end rail, so he doesn't have a. If you play to make it and you miss hit a little bit, you really lose the cue ball. But he just strikes the ball so well.
Yeah.
See what I mean? One ball doesn't do him any good. He's got to gather here. And
Boosty might play the same shot, but it's definitely a little more, a little dangerous here as well.
I would maybe go off of the ball down by the 8 ball and hide him on it.
I was thinking about that too.
Yeah.
Just thin it.
Yeah.
Thin it, but
something simple.
Just rail speed, right? You're just hitting almost as though you're trying to freeze that cue ball to the rail, but hit the 15 as well.
See, he listened to us.
Yeah, he heard us. I think he turned his earpiece on.
He might just take them both out. He's looking like he wants to swing at this, kill the cue ball right there. No, he's not. He's just.
Yeah. Look at this. And you know what? Thank God for Ernesto Dominguez. The table's rolling good, isn't it?
Yeah. I like these tables here. Of course, I'm used to the measles. They play with the red circle, but it doesn't take long to adjust. He's going to send the cue ball back down by the 11 again. Well, oh, look at this.
Wow.
How'd he hit it, folks? See, that's the trouble.
Wow.
That's the trouble playing these guys that won't play safe when they're supposed to. They just make some ungodly shot and liable to.
Man,
he's
the
right back
spirit
in the
of
game,
Cole
maybe.
Dixon just came in.
Wow, what a shot. There might have been a little bit of luck involved there because it came off the point. I think he was just trying to get down there, but he just hit it so good. Good speed. Oh, he hit that too good.
Yeah, this might be.
Now he's got to nurse this.
I think he can make this ball, but if he misses, it could be fatal.
Yeah, he's just going to slide this over and hook him behind the 2 balls, I think. That's the shot. But
Look, he's a little upset. He doesn't like it.
Well, he hit that ball awfully well. In fact, he hit it too good. The old adrenaline gets going. You put a little bit of mustard on it. If the ball stops a few inches short, he's got maybe the ball lead.
So he's going to lay up.
He's shooting the right shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Except he owes one now.
Yeah, he does. He does, but.
See, he could have achieved the same thing going thin off the 15 and getting it a little farther away from the hole.
Instead of just kicking into the 15.
Yeah. But he got up and shot the shot sideways and kind of nonchalanted it. And that will punish you sometimes. Busti's thinking of kicking, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, no, he can't. Maybe I'm looking right at the shot on the actual table.
Yeah,
It looks
he
like
can't get through. He
yeah,
can't
he
get
can't
through.
get through. He can't.
He's a little stuck, actually.
So he's going to take a ball. He can send a ball
hit
down
this
table.
way, yeah.
Get something in the way. He's going to send a ball down table.
No, he's going to just bump it, baby bump it.
Well, he's
This
got a cross bank maybe later on. That's what he's thinking there. You might have been better off shooting it a little higher. But see, he's just.
I think the door's open right now for Busti to come up, bring the cue ball, and just lay it nicely behind the 5 off of the 8.
That was a very effective shot. What he did right there, because
Jayson?
Yes, because look, he's got to. He's got to go. He's got to take a risk here, and leave some kind of a bank. Very nice shot. So he's going to just kind of bank it over and try to hide that 15, I believe, which is very touchy shot.
Well, it is, because you've got to pull the 8 ball off the rail far enough.
Yeah, you got to try to bank it to the middle of the table and send the cue ball up behind the 5. And he's got a good enough touch to do that. But you can't undershoot it because you leave a shot on the 8, and if you overshoot it, you leave a shot on the 5. It's a nice shot.
He doesn't like it.
Well, the easiest thing is
he wants a do-over.
Well, you know, with the ball lead, you can just knock that ball out of there. But
oh, wait a minute.
see, now that's why he's in the Hall of Fame, and we're not.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah,
That's the last thing I would have thought about.
Well, he knows he's giving up this ball, but still, he's contained the situation. He decided not to take too many chances.
This is the last match?
Yes, and at 8 p.m. this evening, it's the last match of the night, and all of the brackets will be updated so that you can review them.
You've got it on onepocket.org so they can.
Well, we've got it on. No, the brackets are generated and powered by CompuSport, which is its own proprietary software.
But I mean, they can access it on onepocket.org.
Yeah,
you get a lot more viewers there than you do on AZ, believe it or not.
For One Pocket, yes, you're right.
Yeah, that website is really growing.
Do they pay you to say that?
No, I just came from the onepocket.org tournament in Chicago. We had a great time.
Yeah, I met the winner of that in Wichita Falls. Is it Jim?
Robert Newkirk.
Newkirk.
Yeah, he and I played a few times. Nice fellow.
Yeah.
Around Dallas somewhere, San Antonio, something like that. But
he was a little insulted because I asked him if it was a handicap tournament. He goes, what are you trying to say? I don't know how to play?
No, he's good.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I've never seen you play before.
Deceivingly good player. And Jim Tomasoni was second guy from, he's a pilot, private pilot, and he flies all over the country and plays everywhere he goes. He lives in New Orleans, which of course is full of wonderful players.
So what just happened here?
He went off the air a little bit and got away with it. He just drew it, he jacked up and drew it back.
So anyway, Robert
won the tournament. We had a lot of fun. Chris's Billiards. Have you ever been to Chris's
yeah,
Billiards?
here he is. Hi, John. Hi, John. Say hello to Daniel from me. I met him in Wichita Falls 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. We had a great time back there at Chris's Billiards. Nothing but pool. Nothing but pool. 41 tables, no music, no machines.
I would love to visit that room.
Well, it's where they shot the Hustler and The Color of Money. A lot of it there. A lot of good players there. Big 3-cushion room, 5 3-cushion tables. The One Pocket Ghost trapped me into playing some 3-cushion. I haven't played it for a long time. Cost me a little money. Now this is going to be end up being an end table game here.
Yeah. Now, just for those wondering, there's no Grady rule. There's no, whatever we call it at hard times. That's an interesting shot.
Yeah. Well, he can't. It is an interesting shot.
He might. I like to play this shot sometimes.
The bank.
Play it off the 15.
Yeah, but the 15 could very well go in the hole, you know, or come back and hit the cue ball.
No. Play it off the other side and bank the 5.
Oh, I see.
Like a carom.
Okay.
That way it allows you to play the cue ball a little bit more, you know.
So the score's 5-2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an up-table game. I would definitely give Bustamante the edge in an up-table game, except for you just saw that Jayson's liable to pop something in. Which anybody, all these guys are. They're such good players. I mean, every guy that has won a big one-pocket tournament in the last few months is here. Chip Compton's here.
Yes,
right?
I know.
Yeah,
I know. Tony's here. He won that Rocket City Open.
Yeah, Tony's here.
Dennis is here.
Dennis won this last year, and the guy that came in second, I believe, is out of the tournament.
Billy
now.
Thorpe, he won the Scotty Townsend Memorial. I mean, this is like if there was an American U.S. Open, there is a U.S. Open one pocket, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Well, if there were another one, this would be kind of like that.
Yeah, this is a terrific field. But I think the guy that came second last year from Las Vegas, Bob Herchek, I think Jerry Machen knocked him out of the tournament or beat him anyway. I don't know if it was a loser's bracket or winner's bracket match. Very long match over there, over 4 hours, I know. Uh-oh.
Boostie's going to have to be careful missing like this.
He could get hit. Now if he makes this, he's going to spin that cue ball down and have a shot at the 12.
I believe that's the 10 ball up table by the kitchen.
10 ball. Okay, he's shooting the 15. Yeah, this screen's a little quick. Oh, he just tried to.
He babied it.
Tried to. Surprises me because the angle sure laid good for that shot. He can get this ball out fairly easily and maybe on his side of the table.
Maybe, well, the 5 is in the way, though. So
he'd have to. No, he's just going to get it on his side.
I think it was because the 5 was there.
Yeah.
I like the speed of that 15, the way it rolled.
So who do you think would be the favorite in this thing?
I'm thinking Boosty because you know how they say mover against shooter usually favors the shooter.
Well, I'm talking about for the whole tournament. You got
for the whole tournament.
3 Filipino champions. You know, you got Alex Orcullo and Boosty and even Santos is up here, who certainly is. Yeah. What did he finish last year? 4th, I think, in this tournament.
Yeah, I think it was 4th. But we have a different type of field this year. I mean,
yeah, you have Billy
Schuyler,
Thorpe and Chip Compton, and Woodward,
and we saw a little bit of Chip yesterday playing 10 ball, and boy, he hits accurate.
Yeah, he's a good player. Is his road partner with him that from Oklahoma? Awful good player in his own right. I can't think of his name.
I'm not sure who his road partner is.
It'll pop in my head a couple hours down the road.
That was a smooth shot, and it looks like it's going. Rolled out a little. Jayson's begging the ball to stay.
Well, he can get it. He can
get it out, but I think Jayson.
Problem is he's going to leave some kind.
Jayson might just make it. He might just make this.
Yeah, he may leave some kind of shot on the 15, because the cue ball is going to come up to the center of the table, unless he makes the angle with English, which really makes this shot tough. That's what he's doing. See, by doing this, the cue ball goes down by the 6 and the 11.
So Joey Gray, I heard.
Joey Gray, yeah.
I heard had an injury recently.
Oh, I didn't know that, but he's really a good player also.
And it's funny because after I met him, he was asking me about the West Coast swing and he sounded like he was interested in going. But then I heard he hurt his hand.
Cutting the 15 in and trying to make the 10.
Yeah. He might even scratch off these 2 balls. No, he's okay.
Well, he'd rather go down swinging. than playing safe. That's for
Well,
sure.
there's no reason for him to do that. He's already up one game, and he could have fought his way through this rack.
Yeah, but he's not. He's a shoot. People don't understand. Shooters have to be shooters. You can't make movers out of them, and they certainly can.
Busty's upset. He knows that he hit that way too hard. He was playing rail first.
Too thin. Yeah, he hit it too.
Playing rail first to hit the to get the 5 ball.
If he got
next.
anything, he can. He's just going to take that other ball out now, but he's a huge favorite with the balls up table and a 6-2 lead.
Uh-huh. So, John, are you far away from California Billiards? Because you're near Sacramento, aren't you?
I live in between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe, so I'm about 40 miles from Hard Times in Sacramento. This is about a 2.5-hour drive for me to come down here.
It is. So
yeah,
it's
140
no wonder
miles.
you checked into your room a minute ago.
Yeah. Well, I started the morning off. I left Loon Lake up in the Sierras about 10:30 this morning. Took Mom. It was her birthday, so
Oh.
when I told her I couldn't play in the tournament. We went up the mountain.
By the way, thanks to Heather Bryant. She was reminding me that it was Joey Gray that was Chip Compton's road buddy. I met Heather and have you heard of Charlie Bryant?
Sure.
Woo! Tell you, he is a player.
Yes, he is.
And
Friend of mine.
good for the game too. Great.
Friend of mine who sold some brake cues. They called it the Hillbilly Smacker.
Oh, well, that reminds me.
Ace in
okay.
Texas.
Okay.
And Charlie marketed him for him. I guess they named him after him. They call it the Hillbilly Smacker.
Well, that reminds me of my friend Joe Bauska. He's got this thing, Joe's Custom Cues. He's got this thing he makes now. It's like a 16-ounce jump cue.
Oh.
I know you're looking at me like, what?
Little Al Romero is up at Hard Times in Sacramento now.
Yes, I saw a picture
Yeah, I
of
see him a couple times a week. He keeps saying, when are we going to play? And I say, I'll let you know.
Uh-huh.
Believe me, there's not very many people in the country my age that I won't play playing one pocket. But
you're scared of Al?
Well, I'm stuck about 4,000 or 5,000 so far in the last several years. And I wasn't scared until the last time. I says, well, I wasn't betting enough, so I raised the bet.
I didn't know that.
He does everything better than me.
Wow.
He's a good player, though. He's a good player. But he's real busy right now. He took some time off to move, and he's got to catch up on his orders. But he's, right in the same building as the pool room.
Yeah. We did a little announcement on him when he left. And,
yeah, he's got family up here, and he's getting on up there. I'm 78 in 3 days, and he's, I think, a couple of years older than I am.
Yeah, I think he turned 80.
Yeah. I've known him since the
recently.
60s.
I took him over there a couple times to go see Moro Paez.
Yeah. Moro and I are old friends too, friendly competitors. I mean, if you lived around L.A. as I did in the 70s and 80s, and you could play a little bit.
Yeah.
And you wanted a chance to win some money, you had to play Moro or an Ernesto and Francis, all of those guys.
I think when you came to see James Botch and that match, that I asked you if you wanted to go see Moro, but I think you had to go up. My
son flew down from Seattle with my grandson, so we had the day planned after that.
Anyway.
I kinda, you know what I did before? I stopped in Fresno and played on a 5x10 on the way down there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went and played on the 6x12 in Bellflower the day before the match. And I really think, I know
that helped you.
I handled Wayne, who's a better player than me. I don't have any trouble admitting that. Wayne Pullen. I'm surprised he's not here. But Wayne likes to spin his ball, and you just could not do it on that 5x10. And he couldn't make a spot shot spinning his ball. He kept knocking them over on my side.
Yeah, he was definitely out of form.
Yeah, he was out of form. That was a tough table. It banked funny, different. Now I don't want to say funny, different than we're used to. And I was watching my old buddy Frank DeBarber, and he started hitting everything with center ball when he was playing Phil. And I thought, this is the way to do it. You know, don't try to don't try to get too tricky.
Well,
it
you
was great
got
to
there.
see James.
You got there. You grinded it out.
Yeah, yeah. It was great to see James and Stephanie, and James and I have been friends for years and years. I actually, when I was in the mortgage business, did a couple loans on that house that we played.
Oh, yeah.
Played in.
I didn't know that. Well, you know, for all those, you know, we're talking about this event that happened, and all those matches are on YouTube. Just look up James Botch, B-O-C-H, POVPOOL, James Botch, and you'll see it. That was a fun little event.
It was nice. It was, all people coming by to say hello, and it was really fun.
You know what's funny too? You know, now that I'm talking about little events like that.
Oh, he
sold out a bank.
Well, he's got a free bank at the 8, and then hide him if he doesn't make it. Or you can bank any. You can bank the 6, cross it over, and come up. But he'll bank the 8 as the.
It's the easier bank.
Well, he's gonna. If he doesn't make it, he's gonna make him have to come with a shot on one of these others, and he did make it.
Yeah, he's in. Jayson will probably.
So it's 2 to.
Unless.
2 to zip.
Yeah, unless I miscounted, that's the end of the rack, and I'm surprised actually Jayson didn't concede because I've seen him concede all day when he knows he's about to lose.
Yeah.
So it's 1 game apiece, and now it's Busty's break.
Yeah, he's going to have to break service here, or he's in trouble.
So anyway, just as I was saying, I was going to say is that, you know, the more and more I do these little small events, and, you know, I work with guys I know, and, you know, I've gotten to know you guys over the years, like more and more and more. It's like, and when I do these little small events, it's only like, what, 8 players or whatever. Gosh, it's so hard to do them now because I kind of want all of you to win. You know? I don't have a favorite now, you know. And now, as we sit here at this event, you know, I'm rooting for Jayson. I love Boosty. I'm you know, I'm torn, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, you know.
Well, I'm sorry. I know Frank DeBarber wanted to come, my old friend Frank, but he couldn't make it. He would love to be here and play in this. You know, I mean, we don't expect to win one of these things, but we're going to beat one of these guys maybe. I'm just not going to beat 5 or 6 of them in a row and win the tournament.
Hey, come down to L.A. again. He's having a 54-man ring game.
Who is?
Frank.
What ring game? What?
Come down, Shooters Riverside in September. Come back down.
I might, yeah.
In September, 19th of September.
Okay, I'll talk to Frank about it.
I called him today. But his wife Cheryl answered. Yeah.
I can get you barred, you know.
Anyway, I heard he wasn't coming, so I gave him a call this morning, and he was out walking the dog. Cheryl answered the phone, and I said, well, Cheryl, tell him I'm in. Tell him I'm in the ring game, so I'm in.
Ring what? 10 ball, 9 ball?
I don't know. I have the poster somewhere.
10 ball.
10-ball ring.
We have
game.
a little ring.
It'll be like 8 players per table, and then you know, the top 2 from each table will go into a smaller.
At a bar
bracket.
table or a big table?
Probably big table.
Oh, I would have no chance in it. I can't play 10 ball. I can't break hug. I can't break. Those guys break so good. We have a little ring game at Hard Times with you know, we've got quite a few Filipino players there, not champions, but good players. A couple of them are playing here. And they have more fun in that. They play 5 and 5, and they just have a ball. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Boosty.
So this was Boosty's break. He's done a terrible job of trying to protect here.
Well, he could be, you know, he can stiff this and make the 1. It's just straight on to make the 1. Lays perfect.
You mean this 9-ball down here?
Here's a 9 ball. Is that what?
Yeah, that's the 9. The one
yellow
is
ball. I got to quit trying the number and just call it yellow.
Yellow.
I was announcing something with it might have been a U.S. Open one pocket with Billy and Cardona, and we were just calling the color when they had them goofy balls, you know, when they started using
The Cyclops.
the Cyclops balls. Look at here.
Oh no! Oh, he got away with that.
Oh, he'll cut this in, I think.
No, no, no.
Watch.
No, I bet you a buck he doesn't cut this in.
Well, he either bank the 10.
Yeah,
he's
well,
got a good
okay,
shot
now
on
you're bringing up another shot.
Well, I don't want to pay off $1.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's I can tell you he's not going to cut that.
If that 10 wasn't there, he'd cut it. Because he can go 2 rails and not leave it, you know. But
That's like a 90-degree cut, John.
yeah.
Anyway.
He did what he wanted to do. I mean, see, he doesn't have a second shot if he makes it, so he gathered.
So what do you do here, John? I mean, it looks like he can kick underneath and kick it away, but obviously his cue ball is going to go up table, and he might give him a shot at the 14.
I would just try to hide him in the stack and find something, or even take a scratch. He's thinking of the 13 off the 8.
Oh, it's a bar table ring game?
Yeah, that makes.
Well, there you go. Come on down, John.
All right. Yeah, I like bars.
Okay. It's Shooter's Riverside.
I've been there. Yeah, been around a long time.
I'm gonna go down. I want to go down, and I want to also hang out with Steve Strange. He's cool, man. He started a little youth billiards academy. He's got 25 students.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's in a predicament here.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I mean, it's too close to the hole to try to double him up on some balls.
I might kick underneath that 10 and just enough to bump it to the rail. You know what I mean?
He's got to masse it to do that, and it's awful hard to control that.
Yeah. You know, once you're spinning that ball, it's coming off with a little bit of speed.
No, he's thinking of playing this 13 off the 8, and maybe sticking the cue ball too. He can stick it up behind the 15 in the deuce if that's what he's doing.
Well, if he misses, I'm going to predict game over.
Well, he's got to whack it pretty hard to no, he's almost got to shoot it off the 15.
Hey, we got a couple other people. George Teachea saying hello to you and
George.
me.
He's
from Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, why aren't you here?
Tucson.
What? Next time, I need a doctor's note.
George is a very good commentator. Yeah,
Sean Summerall from Wales, the Welshman.
Yeah. Well, what do you know about that?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about no Wales. Yeah, George is.
You went home last year, didn't you, for a visit?
I did. I went home for a month. You know, my mother had a hip replacement. And, it didn't actually hold. She became septic.
Well.
Wow. Fireworks. Look, the 2 balls going.
Oh well.
Yeah. Fireworks.
What do they call you? Live by the sword, or you die by the sword.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can't wait to try and get over to Scott's place and see that place.
Oh, now that's another room I got to go to.
I was talking to Bernie Pettifus. He says it's really something. For as big a place it is not that. I think he said there's only 9 10-foot tables, or nine
9-9-footers.
9 9-footers, 1 10-footer, and quite a few more bar tables because they got the bar leagues. If you're going to have a successful pool room with a big nut, you got to have, with a big nut, you got to have them league players, and I guess that's what they're doing there. But he said it's quite the place.
Well, you need, and if it sounds big enough, if 9 9-footers is big enough to have a 64-man tournament,
Sure it is, and you get full bar and a restaurant, so. And it's near the college, which is. That shot was a lot harder than it looked. He made it look easy. He's jacked up, spinning. You got to aim off the ball.
Yes, it's a compensation
Yeah, yeah. Now he's going to stun it over on the 4 ball. And he'll probably come back for the 3 and then get down on the 13 and the 8.
He could be out. He could be out.
He's not out yet, but and as soon as we start bragging,
so Jayson will he's
cutting the 13.
The 13,
here.
yeah, right off the 13 there. So it's 4-0.
Or he might be cutting the 3 because you can make it off of those balls and break them up. He cuts the 13. I don't see how he can keep the cue ball down there. But, oh, he's going to kill it. Okay, inside English. How'd he hit it, folks? Oh.
He might play for the 7 here. Or
no, I think
like a power draw.
I think he's got a
oh,
easy
he's got
combo.
the 8 ball. He's got the 8 ball.
He's got an easy 3-ball combo if he can get anywhere where he does, in between, where he can shoot between the 8 and the 15, and he can do it right here.
And that's one thing I want to.
I don't like that.
I want to stress to you guys is we don't see Jayson miss much. So
We better not miss this one. Oh, this might be a free shot.
looks pretty free.
Yeah, unless you. Yeah. See, okay.
Combo here.
So he did what he did. See, Bushy missed a shot he should have made, and
Yep, it's already tied up 4-4. This would be 2 games that Jayson kind of has stolen in this set if he wins this game.
so the score is 1-1 right now, or 2-1.
Game score is 1-1.
1-1.
Jayson playing for 2 balls. Do you think he'll play short side?
He might come up for 11. I don't know. He's liable to just put a little left-hand spin and draw and try to spin it
Knock
out
the
of
2
there.
away.
The way he kind of like this. He's such a straight shooter.
That was a good shot.
Yeah. I mean, he got bad. I mean, he still got a shot, but it was bad luck that he didn't get.
He overcut it.
And now, well.
Okay, so let's see what the old man's going to do. Because,
Well, he's going to go for this,
got
and then try to get down. He can get down to where he can take that ball out, double kiss it out, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, shoot the 11. Sabotage. Oof. I thought it wasn't going in.
No, he had nice speed and stroke on that ball. These might not have gone on a tight diamond because of the deep shelf, but
Double kiss out.
yeah. Now he can bank the 9 if he wants. Pretty safe shot. And if he plays pocket speed, he might hide him behind the 7. Or he might just make it.
Wow.
So, I mean, Bushy looked in control the whole match.
Sheesh.
Missed 1 ball and ends up losing the game. Couple local players on the next table. Amar Kang, he's he and Rodney, of course, the best players at hard times. Rodney Morris, who will be here for the, is it 10 ball or 9 ball?
It's 9 ball.
It's 9 ball. Rodney will be here for that. He is not.
Are you going to play 9 ball too?
No, I won't play 9 ball.
You look like you were thinking about it for a second.
You know, I used to, when I was younger, I played decent 9-ball. I played around Morrow and Ernesto Speed back in the day. Little under.
Yeah.
But I would gamble with them and beat them sometimes. But you got to have a killer break. It's just too hard. You break the balls. If I had your break, I'd be snapping these tournaments.
You seen me play?
Sure, I've seen you play. I played you in Reno at the first big tournament in Reno. It was a handicap tournament. You didn't know who I was.
Oh, that's right.
And there was a 2-game handicap.
Oh my gosh, I had one of the best sets of my life playing you.
You said, am I spotting you 2 games? I said, no, I'm giving you 2 games. And you thought, how sweet is this? This old man's got to wet hill.
Yeah,
You played good.
I know. I remember that. That's when I met you.
But yeah, you break the balls very well. You had nice 9-ball break.
Thank you.
So
hey,
we're taking a little break.
Yeah, I was just going to do a little station ID. If you want to, you can.
No, you go ahead.
All right. Well, if you're just joining us, we're watching the West Coast Challenge One Pocket event here at California Billiards. We're sponsored by JB Cases, Ariel Carmeli Cues, West State Billiards, Tiger Products, and Town Tips. And we also want to thank Go Play Pool for promotional support. And this is a beautiful venue. It's almost 30,000 square feet, 26 9-foot gold crown tables, 8 valley bar tables. There's plenty of darts. There's golf tables here.
2 6x12 Riley.
2 Riley 6x12 golf tables, and there's some foosball, full bar, full food. You know, you can't ask for much more in a pool hall. And we are here for the West Coast Challenge. It's a 5,000 added one pocket event, followed by a 10,000 added 9-ball event. And we are sure glad to be here. This is just stop number 2 of the West Coast Swing for 2017. We started at Family Billiards in San Francisco for the Cole Dixon event. And
who won that event?
Dennis Orcolio won it. He's the first 2-time winner of the Cole Dixon.
Wow. 2
consecutive wins.
I knew Cole well. Played him when he first came on the road. He must have been 16. Came out of he came out of Northern California. I lived in Southern California then. Played him in Vern Peterson's Billiard Palace. He beat me even. He beat me with the 8. Offered me the 7. I said no, thank you. He could really play. He was fun to watch play one pocket too.
Yeah, I've heard so many stories about him.
Oh my gosh, he was. You know, he had that that patented bank of his, and he could back cut anything. It was just, you know, it was all offense with him too, but he was very good at it.
And it's a funny thing too, John. It occurred to me only about an hour ago that you know, Cole Dixon being the road player he was, and the fact that, you know, he launches his tournament, his memorial tournament at Family Billiards, is usually the kickoff of the West Coast Swing, which is kind of a testament to the road, because we start in San Francisco, we go to Fremont, and then we go to Bellflower, and so I think it's kind of fitting that we have Cole Dixon as the beginning tournament.
He and Delbert were good friends for years and years and years. And I don't know, was his daughter there? Did Christine come this time? I met, his dad was there, the first one, and she had just gotten out of the Air Force, the first one.
Yeah, no, she you know, she's married to Luke Thomas.
Got a family now,
Yeah, married to Luke Thomas and has a family now, and they moved to Alaska.
Wow.
And I believe to Fairbanks, Alaska.
Well, they play a little pool there.
Yeah, actually, I met Max Adams. He owns a room up there called the Break Room, and he's got like 6 tables, and they're probably watching right now. They've got a flat screen TV. They've been watching POVPOOL all week long. So, you know.
Well, CSI, he had a room up there.
Mark Griffin.
Yeah. Mark Griffin had a room in Alaska for years. Did table repair, sold table. He did everything. He'd been in the industry for a long time. He's got quite a. Have you been to the room in Vegas?
I haven't been to Griff's yet. No.
I haven't either.
No.
Look at that. Was a nice little.
Well, Jason's going to swing at this too, though, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's a free shot. If unless he really strokes it too much and runs into the 3 or the 15 ball. But
This will be a.
I can't imagine him not going for it.
What's he looking at? He's looking at where the stack is going to go, which is a smart thing to do. Check the stack.
Well, there's you know, I mean,
see what's there. But
oh, he's going all out. He's going to shoot the 2.
that's what I was looking at. Oh, you see
I
the one,
just shoot the 1.
the 1 ball at
I
the
would
side
shoot
rail.
the 2 with a gun in my head. But I don't shoot anything like that. See, now
It's only worth 1 ball.
No, but here's why. You knew you're going to knock balls on the other side. You know, and he's.
Well, that's precisely why I thought he looked at the stack in the first place, to see what he was sending over there.
Yeah, I mean, see, I'd have took the 1 and then knocked something by my hole and ducked. But I'm not an 8-and-out player like these guys either. Now he's in a little predicament here. I think he's almost got to make this ball with the 13 and then hide the cue ball down there. Just like that. But he can move a ball out of his hole with either the 14 or the 10 and come the cue ball down around the 5 and the 11.
So Jayson has 1 ball out of that inning, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he misses that shot, which was not a tough shot for him. I mean, his confidence level is so high. Well, I think this is enough of this. He might have a chance to move something here. If he can see the 9 ball, I can't quite tell. He can 2-rail it down and hide the cue ball down here. Looks like he can. Yeah. Oh my gosh, if he'd have hit it. He's playing most of cue ball. Busti's pretty creative. I see a shot here. I don't know. He's looking at it. Maybe the 13 off the 9 now. He's just going to duck. He knows he can outweight him.
Well, only problem is that Busti's made a couple mistakes today. That
well, he missed a ball that he would make 95 out of 100 times, and it cost him that game. You know, these guys. And you know, I forgot you got another Filipino here who's a terrific player, Warren Kiamco.
oh yeah,
He can play a little bit.
just a little.
Years ago, when Warren had just come over here to the United States, and I had played him in one tournament, won a few games against him. And so I was going to play the winner of he and Efren in the San Francisco Open.
Uh-huh.
And I was just terrified of Efren. You know, I had played sets against him where he beat me 11-3, and Reno beat me 9-1.
Oh, really?
Well, Efren, you know, I mean, so anyway, I am praying for.
No, I mean, you've had that kind of torture before from him.
Yeah,
Huh?
so I'm praying for Kiamco to win. And he wins on the hill.
Okay.
I lose the leg, and he put a 6-pack on me. So
oh, well,
what's
yeah.
the difference?
You're thinking, oh, this Filipino
Yeah.
can't hurt me.
Yeah, no, I think at least I got a chance with him, you know, to win a few games.
No, he's. You know, it's funny though. He went. I saw him in Wichita Falls. He came to play all those events in Texas that I was at recently, and you know, he was the only Filipino there, and I'm just kind of like wondering, like the whole time, and I forgot to ask him, like, what is it about the bar boxes? Like, why do you play the bar? You know,
He likes
But I have a feeling he's just going to go, Daniel, easy money.
No, he plays really good bar pool.
Oh, he
Well, they
does.
all do, but I mean, I can remember when they used to have the, in Reno, you know, the 8-ball and the 10-ball from CSI, you know, the bar pool championship.
Yeah.
It was just fun watching those guys, you know, and they were using the magic rack. I mean, it was like, you know, Corey Dool told me, he says I made, you know, I made a ball on the break 15 out of 16 times or something like that and lost a set.
Isn't that crazy?
Because they all did.
I remember when the magic rack first came out, everybody was going nuts over it. All the pros, you know. Because, you know, they could just run out.
Corey is maybe the only champion that's not here, huh? Or one of the few. Surprised he's not here. Why?
He might, I think he'll be here for the 9-ball, but yes, you're right. He's one of the only lives about 40 minutes away. Hey, Corey, if you're here, we miss you. Send us, you know, come in, buy a beer or something at least. Yeah, he called up Chris the last minute, said he didn't want to play the 10-ball.
Wow. I mean, he plays as good as he plays one pocket. If he would just quit trying to invent shots in the middle of the game.
He made my friend Chris mad.
He, I mean, I watched him get beat by Arcuyo for the U.S. Open in Vegas, and he actually outplayed him, but he look at this shot.
So, Busty on the board. It's now 1-0.
Nice shot. Just going to go down to the wire, I think.
Yeah, I'm starting to see it that way. But the funny thing is they're winning on each other's break, you know. Sometimes matches turn out like that, you know.
Yeah, I think the 11 goes, so he can go up. But those two balls are tied up, so he's got to.
Yeah, it looks like it goes. Yeah, that's fine.
Now, is Efren in town, or is Efren
no,
in
he
the
went.
state?
He went back to the Philippines about a week ago now. I think he had other commitments there. You know, he had to make some appearances, and I think not necessarily in the Philippines. He may have had to travel somewhere else, but I'm not privy to all the news. You know,
What's he doing here?
He's got to play that 3 now.
Well, that's what he was trying to do.
Well,
he's going to go. Well, yeah, just straight up and down. He's got a hair of an angle, it looks like.
Well, if he doesn't collide with that 8-ball on the way back, he's got, you know, he's got to avoid a scratch on the side. He should be okay, though. Oh, I see. He's going to play around the 8.
Now he makes a deuce, runs into the 9, and he's got 3 more.
So he's got 4.
There it goes again.
Yeah, so, you know, it's like I said, you know,
You know what he's doing? He's rushing his stroke. He's jerking it on the backswing, which is what
he's not bearing
us
down.
mortals do.
He's not bearing down.
Yeah. Now he can bank this one in and maybe be off to the races. Come down on the 9, so he can break them balls up. Watch this. Or just play shape. If he tries to hide it, he can play the combo next. But he's going to play pocket speed, yeah. He hits that shot off.
Rolling out. Rolled out. See, he moved his hand. I asked him earlier because we knew about that roll. He said, "Do you want me to make an adjustment?" No, it's okay. We just want to start our match.
Well, what would they do?
I look at him. I said, "Are you sure?"
They're gonna. What could they do?
Well, make a slight adjustment. I mean, don't.
I mean, they can't take the roll away. There's a design error in the old Brunswick tables. You know, that brace on the slate runs a little short there, and over the years that slate gets a little dip in it.
Do you honestly think that that's what it is? Because I can't imagine they would have put that table here if that was the case. You know?
Well, but I mean, every table at Hard Times in the back room does that. You know, they're newer tables than these. At least that's what I can't blame it on Ernesto.
I think he banked it a little short anyway.
Ernesto's not here, is he? Is he covering tables down at Hard Times?
Yeah, he's getting the Hard Times ready for the Hard Times 9-ball coming up July 15th. By the way, they're still taking entries for the Hard Times 9-ball. I want to give a shout out to all my friends at Hard Times. Carla, Charlie Pinkett.
Carla's watching
Calvin,
this.
Calvin.
Carla will be watching this.
Let's say hi to Calvin, Gus, Gip, Catfish.
Catfish. He's an old friend of mine.
Hawaiian
from the Golden
Jimmy.
Cube.
Yeah. Hawaiian Jimmy.
Now, Jeremy Jones and his wife Carla are living in Sacramento now, playing at Hard Times.
Jeremy Jones, the one pocket, the U.S. Open champion?
No, this is old Jeremy Jones. He was around Hard Times for a long time.
Huh.
He and Carla. Carla is from L.A. Pretty good player in her day. He was a bar pool, real good bar pool player. Plays decent one pocket. I'm surprised he's not here. Good, pretty good player. They were living in Palm Springs and they just moved to Sacramento.
Yeah, I hope they're all watching. I'm sure they all watch. You know what they do is they take the laptop to the pool hall and they put it on the big screen at.
That's what we do at Hard
Billiards.
Times. Yeah, that's what we do. But the guys that Ronnie and Mike who do it are here and watching in person, so they probably don't have it on there.
And you.
And me, yeah. I'll end up playing some more golf. I'm not.
I'm sure the guys in Ventura at Sticks are all watching this too.
Yeah, I'm surprised. What's the young, real good player?
Chris Robinson,
yeah,
Jay Beatty,
is he here?
And
him.
Fish. I want to say hey to all you guys. No,
Foch is not here. I didn't see him.
I was really hoping. I think maybe Foch will come for the 9-ball.
Probably, yeah. He's got family up here, or in Sacramento. He's got family.
Yeah. Wow. Did you see how he missed that 7?
He was playing the cue ball behind the 8.
Behind that.
If he plays that ball to make it.
Yeah, that's the 4-ball up there.
Or the 4-ball, yeah. The dark. Oh, yeah. This screen's easier to see the color. Yeah, those kind of shots. If they happen to go in, it's good. But you're trying to play the cue ball 100%.
Yeah, you mean Jeremiah Johnson.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Yeah, JJ.
With the big thick, he's got big thick glasses like mine. Yeah.
He's down on me.
Is he down on you?
Yeah, but it's not by much. But he basically just broke down his cue and said, "I can't play you."
He tried me a little one pocket when he first came
I was
up.
hoping he'd ask me for weight. I was having fun playing him. I mean,
he
know
knows
me.
how to play.
You know me. I'm not robbing anybody. I like to. I like
I'm not
a match.
either. He
I like a match.
But he did. He's smart.
And if I'm winning, I'll adjust.
He came in. We played even. I beat him 4 or 5 games. He told everybody I gave him 9-7, and they believed it. I'm not going to knock it. He's an old school guy, So he knows how to make a game.
But I'm willing to adjust. I was hoping he'd say, give me a ball.
He won the 9-ball, one of the Sunday tournaments at Hard Times. Well, he's off to the races again.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, the 8 goes.
I know, but he'd much rather shoot the 4, so he's got an angle on them other balls. He's got to do. He's got to draw this, I think, or maybe he can follow and get down on the ball in the end rail. I don't know.
Busty's kind of I think he's underestimating. I don't know.
Well, how many 8s has the guy got to run on you before you figure out he's?
I mean, I think after the first 8, I'd be like, hold on a second. Plus, I know I'm playing Jayson Shaw, you know.
I mean, he's the best, one of the best ball strikers.
It's pretty straight on this. Look, I think he'll
pop it back for the other ball. I think he can. Didn't get the angle he wanted, so he'll just shoot the other one. Now he'll have an angle.
come down for the 14. And Jayson needs 4 right now. Busty also has 4 balls, both playing for 4.
Jayson's going to have 6 real quick. And he's got the angle to spin down on the 9 or the 6. Just got to be careful not to overdo it and scratch. Which a player of his, he's going to go wide on it. If you hit it bad, you get on the deuce, I guess.
You know, I've got to say that this match is a very good sort of barometer to compare what Chohan and Dennis might be like, because you've got a guy like Jayson who rarely misses anything versus someone who's kind of loose, who's a good mover like Busty, who is missing.
But Jayson was in, and I was talking to him last year. He looked like he was in a great spot last year to finish high, and I forget who he lost to, but he just kind of fell dead after that and finished. You know, top 6 or top 4 or something.
Jayson.
5th. Yeah, but it looked like he was going to be right there. He was just rolling along.
Yeah, but if you take this kind of match and, you know, transcend it to the type of match that we might see between Dennis and Tony.
As much firepower as Jayson has, he doesn't have the one pocket, the banking, and the creativity that those two have. That's the difference. That's why they're better one pocket players than him. He's not going to beat those guys, I don't think.
I mean, Tony is far better one pocket player than Busty, of course.
Well, Busty beat him.
Busty beat him. You know?
No,
so that's why I'm kind of.
Busty is maybe. It looks recently like he's still a great player, but it looks like he has slowed up a half a ball or so.
Maybe he's just having a bad, you know.
Yeah.
Busty,
but they
just having a bad month, you know.
They can take turns beating each other, these guys.
Yeah, you're right.
But Tony and Dennis has got there now. You will see creative shots, offensive shots that neither, you know, that Busty sometimes, but you will not see Jayson shoot those kind of shots. You know, but if anything's peeking its head out, he'll shoot it in and run out like he did there. So now the score of the match
is 3-1.
3-1, Jayson. Shaw over Francisco Bustamante. And they've been winning on each other's break. That was the first one that Jayson won on his own break. But this tournament, I mean, there is no relief. See, look at here what he did.
Uh-oh.
No relief for any of these guys.
This is all day for Jayson.
I don't know that he can.
He can.
Well, he can. I don't know. He can.
He can.
You know, he's got to make sure he makes it, so he can't get too tricky and try to hold this ball. He's got to try to run into something, I think.
Well, you and I both know, in wall pocket especially, a lot of times this always just turns into one ball.
When you go into the
right
stack,
after the break, you know.
Yeah, but if he can run into this 4 ball, and if he gets on the 6, he's got a chance to bust him, you know, right at him. But if he's trying to. Okay, he's not throwing it. He just straight. Yeah. Wow. It's a little tricky.
Yeah.
It's got to come over. You've got to do, you know, do some weaving here.
He could bank the 9 right now, maybe. Take the easy money. Take the sure money.
He's looking at it.
I think the bank on the 9 is so easy.
And then he could go into the stack, and he's got the 11 there after he runs into the balls.
Yeah, he's good.
But
wow.
He
oh, this is a lifeline for Boosty. I don't know why he hit it so soft. You know, he didn't need to. He could have hit it nice and firm. You know.
Let up a little bit.
He did. He did.
So now he's blocked here, which is another reason he shot that ball. But he can bank the 11 into it and go up and hide. And if he should make something.
I think he's got a real bank on the 11 to score. No. He'd have to come off the bottom of the 13.
He can go underneath it and try to make get both balls over. But he's gonna protect those balls. If he just goes straight into the 13. Of course, let's see what he's doing. He's going to spin it over behind the stack.
He's coming
up. He's trying to pinch it.
Oh my gosh, he's sold out, John.
No. He's not even looking at it.
Wow. Well, it's only worth 1.
Yeah.
Well, he needed to cover the cue ball a lot better than that. That 1 ball is going to help him.
It's a tough shot.
Well, no, he's not going to try to make it.
Well, he can try to make it off the 11, but I mean, it's you can run into the 8. It's a tough shot, and he's going to be back down there again if he's not careful, because that's a real easy safety from anywhere down table.
Even with distance.
Yeah. You might just
maybe play off the 8. No.
Yeah, and go up by the side pocket and prevent that. But then he can still fan off the 5.
Is the 5 available to fan off, you think?
I mean, after this.
Oh, you mean Jayson? Yeah, Jayson.
Next
fan
shot.
off the 5.
You know, because he didn't hit that last one real good. If he gets frozen on that 11, then he's got a problem.
Even if
he's shooting off the 8.
Yeah. He's playing our shot.
Yeah.
But now, even if he ends up high, he can fan off the 1 instead.
Well, he left him an angle to kick at the 11. And even if he goes behind it without hitting it and costs him a ball,
He's shooting at the 5, sir.
No, he's kicking at it.
Oh, okay.
Even.
So Shaw is back to 0. No rail.
The way these guys run balls, it doesn't make that much difference.
No. I mean, we saw in the first game, actually, Boosty sacrificed, and so did Jayson, actually, in the beginning. They were both -1, but it was a split second decision, too.
Now, this is is he banking this off the rail into the deuce? Or how about that one?
What the heck was that?
That's a Hall of Famer. That's what that is.
Wow.
Now, these are the shots he hasn't been coming with. He's made the game-winning shot and missed a couple of off-angle shots that have cost him the game. See, he's got a funny angle on the 5. If he shoots the 9, he could get covered up unless he draws it back. Can't shoot the. Well, he's going to shoot the 1. He's got a little better angle than I can see then. And he got far enough. Now he's off to the races.
Sure is.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to. Looks like he's drawing it. Nine must go.
That's 4 balls, right? I believe so.
3.
3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 balls.
There's more coming.
Yeah. Well, let's hope he doesn't miss again the way he's been missing. It's.
Yeah, he's missed some key balls that are. He's really digging in though now. He does.
I think he's stuck on this 9. Or is he looking at his next shot? Does
It
the
looks
9
like he's got part of a hole, but he's got to draw off the 14 to have enough to make the 6. So I guess he doesn't. He's trying to think if he follows it, what's going to happen. He wants to break them, but 7 will go over there, but he's got to whack it pretty hard.
What he doesn't want to do, he doesn't want to end up on top of that 10 ball. Did he?
Nope.
Put the glasses on. Yeah.
You've seen this match. You've seen this before. That's why he's got him.
I know him well. I know him well. He's banking. He's on top of it.
Yeah, you can't. He's looking. See, now he's got the ball advantage, so I think he'll try to make this. He's got it. Oh yeah, he can make it.
He can make it. He just hit it wide.
Well,
let's take another quick look at this shot. I mean, what did he do here? We're in slow motion here.
he banked it into the 11. He pinched it off the rail and made it in, and made the 11.
My slow-mo's not playing right. My instant replay. It's not where I cued it to. Here we go. He banked it off the bottom rail into the long rail.
Yeah, off the point. The only guy I see do that, and they're all doing it now. Tony Chohan's been doing that for a long time.
Boy, I tell you what, man, I just learned something.
He played it off the point. You know, if he has too much point, he might be able to run into the other ball, make it. He knew it was going over there by them balls.
So, meanwhile, sorry about that. We just took the liberty to show you that replay, but we missed one inning, and Jayson played a safety. Boosty played one back, and now Jayson is
Jason's
trying to
in
think
trouble.
of what to do
I don't
here.
know what he wants to bank this, but he'd have to run into the 6. It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Can't kick it because he leaves a real easy bank.
Yeah, on the 4.
Or if it scoots out, he leaves a shot on the 6. Comes high, a bank on the.
It's the kind of thing where you might see him just go ahead and shoot the 8. You know.
Well, he's looking at it.
You know, like, let me consider my options here.
No, but then he's in the same spot because the ball, cue ball's just going to go up and down. He's basically got the same shot.
Yeah.
See, he's going to spin
you know
this.
What
he wants to run into one of these
a,
2 balls.
Shoot the 6 and just bring your cue ball down to the
he's
down
playing
to
it
that,
off the 4.
down to that piece of chalk.
Got away with it. Maybe, yeah. But he's in the stack now. If he can't bank this 8, he might be able to. He's going
Bank
to
the
fan
4.
the 14.
That's the 4 ball.
4 ball.
So, but I don't want him to leave this. You know, if he banks the 4, he'll leave this.
No, he can
float past the 8.
He can draw it, but then he might leave the. Yeah, that's dangerous. He's got to draw behind the 6.
Which is he's playing your shot. Oh, rattled it.
But look how he force followed that cue ball.
Yeah. Played a good shot.
Now Jayson's looking for another goofy shot to run out on. He's going to cut this 13. If he makes
He's cutting
this,
what?
He's cutting the 3-ball. I'm sorry. He's going to just cut the 3-ball, man.
Shane played a shot like this earlier today. Oh my goodness.
Well, he can bank this ball out and maybe knock a ball over by his. Oh, what a shot, though.
I know, right?
They're all hangers. Oh, he's mad.
What's he mad at, John?
Well, he can take the 4-ball out. He can run into the 3, I think. And draw up into the 14. I don't know.
The 4 looks frozen.
Yeah, but he can still 2-rail it out of there. And maybe clip that 7 over by the hole. I mean, he's in a bad spot. Unless he's right on the 7 and can't see it. Maybe he can't see it.
Remind you guys, this is the last match of the day. We're going to start again tomorrow at 10:30 with Tony Chohan versus Chip Compton.
Oh my gosh.
On the feature table. So. And the brackets are updated on CompuSport thanks to the great Geraldine Thibodeau.
He must not be able to see the 8. What in the world is he doing here?
Sheesh.
I mean, what can he said? He's made 2 wonderful shots. Didn't get a decent roll on either one of them.
He's in so much trouble right now. I mean, I have to say, that shot was great, but he is in a lot of trouble.
Well, he might be trying to draw this. You can draw this into the 4, I think. Or, no,
he's just going to make it. Just make the ball. See, that's why you're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, he can't make. He made 2 wonderful shots. He got a little lucky anyway.
Well, he got a jelly roll. He said I deserve. He just looked at Boost. He said I deserve a roll after those 2 shots.
He did after those 2. Well, he's got some options. He can bank this 10-ball and draw and protect it, or he can just cut the 7 in, which is. Or if you want to be a little nitty, just go off the 6 and leave him in the corner, making him shoot off the rail at the 7. You might be doing that just to protect those balls with the 10. But if you don't go far enough, Jayson will cut the 10 in the way he's shooting. I'd shoot the bank here. Yeah. Put a stroke on it, draw it over there. No. He's over the ball, or he'd cut the 7 in a heartbeat.
Well, this is not straightforward, and this is actually a crucial shot.
Well, he's got, got the best of it here. What, 5-2 the score? Boosty? Oh, he's going to cut this ball.
No, he's not.
Oh, he can make it off the 7. Oh no, he's playing safe.
He's laying up. Well,
he could have went off the 6. Oh, he wanted to get that ball off of his side, which makes sense. But now he can just make this.
Yeah, I find that a little odd.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily. He didn't protect them balls very well.
Am I keeping you awake, John?
Oh, it's a long day for me. I was up at Loon Lake. Got up at 5:30 this morning so I could take Mama home and get down here with you guys.
Oh man, we appreciate it. Hi, Mama.
If it wasn't her birthday, I'd have been here yesterday. And I guess to clear them out.
I've lost track of balls here. I think Jayson has 3. Am I mistaken? So
I
there's
don't know.
4
I
plus
know he's
3.
banking the 8 here. He's kicking.
Oh, don't look at the kick.
Didn't want to bank it because the cue ball could have slid over and left a shot.
Right,
He don't want to leave this guy anything.
No, well.
But now he's got a cross. He's not looking at it. He's going to force this cue ball down behind the 8 and maybe make this. Got to be careful. Nice shot.
That is a good shot.
But Bushy got a bank maybe. Boy, how do you, this guy.
I don't know about this
You don't
bank.
know where to leave this guy.
Yeah.
He's made a couple shots this game that were incredible.
I'm thinking the score is 5-3. Darn it! I wish I knew. I've got 7 balls on the table, but 9 ball count. See, now the 7 go bye-bye. 6-2. Thank you, John Leatherwood.
Well, is he going to go for the? I don't see how he can. He can kick the 10, kick at the 10, and protect his 7.
I'm surprised Jayson's not going for the 7.
No, there's only 1 ball. He's going to kick the 10, and he can protect. He's protecting his 7.
Is he?
Oh, that ball fall down again.
So
Don't he?
he owes a ball. Hey, you owe a ball, sir.
Yeah, Bushy's not going to let that slide.
Now Busty has an easy escape here. But what do? Do you want to bring the cue ball behind the 7, or do you
No,
want to
but
bring it up table?
No, it's too tough. If
Just
you
bring-
don't,
yeah.
if you overdo it,
target's
he's got
too
a bank
small.
and he's out.
Target's too small.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tempt Jayson with this cut shot on the 7 too many times, because at a certain point Jason's going to just say, "Hey, I'm Jayson. I'm going to shoot
8
this."
feet away or 8.5 feet away on the rail. I don't think so. He can.
Have you not seen this guy shoot?
Huh? I saw him miss 1 though.
I'm like really surprised.
This is a tough shot, but I think he's going to try and fan the 8. Or just bump it a little.
Kick it. No.
He's got to hide.
He's got to be careful he doesn't leave a bank.
Yeah,
He left it.
Like this?
Yeah, he left the 7.
He wanted to hit it thinner and come up behind the 10. Yeah, that's it for this one, folks. And Jayson concedes the last ball, and it's 3-2. Jayson's break. So he holds service. It's all over.
3-2, and I tell you what, they would drag this out, the last match of the day, wouldn't they? Take away all my free time.
Oh, your free time?
I want to hit some balls, man.
Well, come on down and play golf with us for 20.
Oh, I can't play no golf.
Oh, he's a wonderful gamer.
I don't play no golf. I want to open up my arm. I play some 1 pocket, though. I'll play some 1 pocket, John, if you want to play.
That ain't opening up your arm.
Yeah. No, I'm hanging out with John. I'm enjoying myself. This is a great match.
I heard you. I walked in this afternoon. I didn't know which table to watch. There were so many great games going on.
I know. It's like pool
playing
heaven
over there.
I know. It's like the whole.
And
It's
Tony Chohan was down there, and these guys were playing here. So many good players.
pretty soon, buddy, you're going to get more than your message deleted. Sorry, talking to the chat room.
Well, he's got a little. What's he going to do? Shoot the 3 and just stick it in the stack? Nice break.
Take a foul, you mean?
Well, if he can see all of the 3, he can. Of course, the problem is then it knocks the 8 down by the hole. He's gonna make him get some balls and hit this thin and come all the way back by the side.
He's gonna hide behind the stack.
Here's the problem. He's gonna cut the 9 over now. Now he's got another ball over there, and he's behind the stack again. Making sure nothing is dead. Looking to see if he's got anything dead. Got to be careful. You don't want to tie that ball up like that.
Well, it's kind of wired. It's not really tied up.
Yeah, he nonchalants a lot of shots without. He could have cut that ball right in the jaws.
The thing is, Busty has an easy.
Yeah,
easy
he just duck under here.
Yeah, easy kick out. But if he leaves the 7, then he's in trouble.
Oh, it's gonna be too high. You won't even see it.
Oh, he's just fanning under. Oh, look at this. He did it 5 times better than I could even call it.
Well, but if Jayson can hit this thin enough, he's in the stack on the 10 and the 5. Doesn't look like he can. Oh, he's gonna. Okay, he wants a clear shot at the hole. This going by the side pocket again. Oh, he's going to get shot at here, I think. It's a do or die, but it could be a game winner.
This is scary. This is like the climax of.
Well, he could skim off those balls and not get a shot here. That's the problem. There's some certainly going over on Jayson's side.
In the stack. He is
well,
very
he
fortunate.
did all right.
Fortunate. And you know what? Look, he made the 11 and the 9 funny, unless they were already funny.
Yeah, he might be lucky that one didn't go. So now there's a difference. I think Jayson would just whacked it and broke them balls.
Yeah. Jayson's been doing really well to stay in this match with, you know, Busty's a good mover, a good shot maker.
Staying him, he's got him 3-1.
That's what I mean. I mean, he's done really well.
Well, he's got out twice from behind.
He's outshot him.
On a Bustier.
He's outshot him. Yeah.
Yeah, Busty missed 2 shots that he normally would make, and both of them cost him a game.
Jayson's kind of looking.
Now, you know what you don't see these guys do, and you would see somebody like Scott Frost. They haven't taken any scratches. No deliberate scratches. There's been some scratches, but he was trying to kick at that.
I don't
ball.
want him to hear you.
Oh, you don't want to prolong the game?
Well, no, if he hears you, then Busty might also get upset that he heard you.
Yeah.
But you're right. That's the great idea. That's the right shot right here. I think, unless you want to just kick short rail, but then you're
you can't
possibly
kick off
scratch.
the 1 because it's a scratch.
Yeah.
Of course, he's saw shots that we didn't see before.
Well, he knows what he's capable of. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes one pocket a beautiful game.
He's thinking of kicking the 8, I think. He wants to.
Well, that's just nuts.
Well,
I think that's nuts.
Hasn't he done several things nuts already and won games on a couple of them? He doesn't want to take a scratch.
I mean, we're talking about the winner of the Pro 10 ball tournament here, so you got to be doing something right if you're winning that game.
I heard that was a great match. Went right down to the wire.
Did.
Alex.
Alex was up, I think, 4-0 at one point. And he like ran a 3-pack on him.
He's finally going to take a scratch. No, he's not. He's gonna go down table and make him shoot at some kind of combo.
I'd like to also say hello to Jay Helfert. He's in the chat room. And
that was pretty easy. We were trying to make that way too complicated. He just, go ahead and shoot this combination, and if you miss it, I'm going to run out on you.
yeah, he set a trap, basically. But Busty, I think, Busty won't fall for this.
He's going to shoot off the 3, I think. But he's looking at...
He's looking at other options. Is he shooting off the 3 or the 11?
No, he's shooting off the 3. He's going to shoot it in between the 5 and the 9. And try and put the cue ball down on the end rail, I think.
How about this shot, John? I mean, I know it sounds a little nuts, but it's actually an effective shot. You shoot the 6 like toward the halfway point of the diamond, between the diamond and the pocket, and the cue ball just kind of forces to the side rail and then drops back down.
Well, but he might break those balls up. He's got to ticky the 6 to get it. See, the cue ball's to the left of the 6. This is the shot.
Oh, he killed the ball, didn't he?
Well, he wanted. You'll have to give him a nice. Well, that might work here because he can't. He can't get behind the 1. Looky here, yeah. Pretty effective shot.
He's going to play like a hard. Oh no, he's floating forward. He's going to play off the 7.
He's trying to get behind the 1.
Tuck
He's
behind
trying to get
the
behind
1.
the 1.
He's
Or
going to make the 1.
Yeah,
make the 1. I think that was a good shot.
it was a great shot. Look where you move some balls around.
Take a quick look at this last game. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but if you're just joining us, let's see. I'm gonna the is trying to shoot. So look at this shot on the 3 ball. Excellent back cut on that 3 ball from Jayson Shaw, and then another one at the shot right after that.
Well,
2-ball combination to make
and
that
after each
15.
shot, he got air.
And he got robbed, and Jayson lost that game. But
Made a couple of remarkable shots.
yeah. So anyway, back here now. Busty is he's this could turn, that shot that Jayson played to make the 1, that could turn things around.
He's just going to force this cue ball down, bank it into all these balls and force it down. Ooh, this is dangerous. He can
No,
bank
I know.
this. He's going to bank it out. If he makes it off the 9, he's off to the races.
A lot of good things can happen here.
The problem is, if he doesn't make it, he's going to leave a nice bank on the 11 ball. Unless he's got an idea to hide the cue ball. So he didn't do that. Okay.
He just kind of.
Yeah, he thought better of that.
He played it safe. Can Busty see the 11?
You can almost see enough of this ball to.
Like hit inside English, bank it inside.
Yeah, it's tough to get between those 2 balls, but
I wonder too if he can kill it. He might end up. Well, no, the four.
You
see
see
that?
try to run into the ball up there.
See that? Yeah. What is that? The
14?
14 or the 10? From this distance, it's hard. I mean, even with this huge monitor, I think this monitor should be calibrated.
Is this our calibration lady over here?
The monitor should be calibrated.
Because us old guys can't see the colors of the ball.
What's up, man? Hey, I'm ready for Jayson to commentate now. Yeah, he can commentate this match if he wants. Yeah, Jason Shaw's been asking to commentate all day, but I always have someone like, you know.
When
and then when I'm ready for him, he's out playing somewhere, so I'm just joking with Sean.
When he first came to this country and he played at a tournament in Mountain View, when California
he commentated with us.
He did, and he was a little bit in the bag. And he had a death grip on the
he had a couple of, yeah, he did. He had a couple drinks, but you know,
he was funny. He's funny. He was great.
He's a great guy. You know.
He is.
And
his wife is here, right? Uh-oh.
Yes, Ara's here.
Did he get lucky here?
Basically, his
he just got up and swung
companion.
at that, and that last little roll on the 8 got in front of the ball. Or on the 4 ball.
Boosty's lodged his complaints already. You guys could see that.
Oh, yeah, they both like to make faces and whatever. We all do.
So if there's anybody down in Bellflower, actually, if you could find out for me how many people are in the Hard Times 9 ball coming up, that'd be great, because Eddie Oregwin will not answer his phone.
Is he going to turn the air on for this one?
Yeah, I'm going to make him, yeah. I mean, he will. He will. But, I mean, come on, Eddie, answer the phone. I've known him for 7 years now. Oh, gosh, I tell you.
So Boosty, see, now what happens with a lot of players there, the guy got a terrific roll. Boosty's going to win the game from there if that ball doesn't roll in front of it, probably. So instead of taking the heat and trying to make a shot, you know, too tough of a shot, he just waited. Now you know, they're still there, the balls are still there, and he's probably going to, he's a favorite from here sooner or later. I'm impressed with Jayson's thinking compared to when he's not swinging at something. He's done some nice moves here.
I'll say compared to his match with Skyler, did you watch that at all?
Well, it was like it was against the rules to play safe.
Yeah, yeah. They were both kind of on the...
trying to outbank each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Skyler was not in top form. It was obvious.
No, he told me that too. He was complaining about that a little bit. Yeah, I was just not playing well. And
well, he's looking at all the options, but I think what he's going to do, he wants to be careful. You know, he can fan the 7 and put the cue ball down on the rail, but he doesn't want to leave him that combo because as good as Jayson shoots, and he'll swing at it. So he's trying to figure something else out.
who got the point? Boosty? Yes. That's true. Jayson made his 1 ball a while back, right? Because there's 14 on the table. So.
The balls lay in favor of Bustamante here, but yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to fan, go off the 7. Okay, go ahead and swing at this combo if you want to. But he may have a soft kick on the ball by the hole. And he just took a scratch and did it.
Huh.
I don't know why he didn't want to go off the ball. Same thing. As soon as we said that they don't take any scratches, there you go. You know, this is nice soft kick. Maybe you take a scratch too, but
Well, I'll give a shout out to my man Garrett Troop at Sneaky Pete Mafia, sneakypetemafia.com.
look at what is he doing here? Cutting the one ball in.
That was a bad shot.
Oh, that cue ball was gonna go behind the ball there. Well, here we're gonna go hill, Daniel.
You think so? I mean, he's got to make 8.
Well, look at where the balls are landing.
Well, okay.
The one goes
You want to make
by.
you want to make your buck back?
Yeah. He may not get 8, but he's gonna have a big enough lead that.
I also want to thank AZ Billiards for picking up editorial on some of these events. AZ Billiards, you can read about the Cole Dixon already on azbilliards.com. The Cole Dixon happened just last week, July 1st and 2nd. Well, just last weekend.
Yeah.
July 1st and 2nd, and I want to thank Skip Maloney, Mike Howerton, and all the AZ Billiards crew. A lot of publishers out there for pool, so make sure you check them out.
Ooh, well, he actually got away with it.
You can shoot the 13 here.
Yeah, he can stroke out of the scratch and come back where he wanted to go. It's the trouble when you run into balls.
Is you never know where the cue ball's going. Right?
Well, he's got to make this ball, or he leaves a pretty easy bank. But I think he's out. We'll see.
He's got to kind of cinch this. I don't know if he's going to
gotta get a
shoot the
little
4
stroke on it.
next.
He's got to put some stroke on the ball.
No, he's cinching it.
Well, he's trying to run into. See, he got in trouble running into the ball
Lord,
again.
come on.
Well, it's almost. He can shoot the combo. It's tough, but it's relatively.
You know what? I mean, I don't know. I don't travel with the guy. I don't. But you know, have you noticed that this year, Boosty doesn't really have his regular crew with him? You know? I wonder if that might be affecting his.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who he's.
Tony Torres and some of the Pinoys, Tonton and. Efren as well.
Yeah.
You know, he's usually got Efren around him. He's combinating. Wow.
Well, so he's only got 3 balls.
You owe me $1.
Yeah, add it on. Put it on my account.
Just mentioning it because you.
On account, I spent all my money already in the golf game. There's a guy here.
Can I buy a cup of coffee?
Yes.
I'll get you a cup of coffee.
You know, there's a guy.
Geraldine, can we get him a cup? Do you want a cup of coffee?
Yes.
Okay.
That black. You know, I play a pretty decent game of golf on a 6x12. There's a guy.
Me too.
There's a guy here from Denver named Bill Skinner that beat me last year and won the ring game we were in this year. Real good golf player. Now he can get behind the 9 here. I don't know what he's doing. He can just slide off the 15.
Off the 15, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But he's looking at all the offensive options.
Well,
first.
dude, he's diabolical. This guy, you know, he's looking.
Yeah.
You know, he
says,
wants
how can I do that and get something in or by my hole?
These Scottish people, you got to watch out for them.
to Scotland. Yeah, actually, my father came from Glasgow.
Oh, did he?
Yes, yes. I have a little Scottish history. Yeah.
Oh, 14 or 15?
No.
No, it's too risky. It's too risky.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make a combo. I don't know.
What do you mean by make a combo?
Well, you got to make a bank combo. You got to make the 9.
Oh, so, yeah.
So
Okay, let's take a look at the other angle. Yeah, because yeah, you're right. You do have to combinate. And you know what? Look, I don't think he can hit the 14. With the 9's in the way.
If he hides the 9 with the cue ball and he leaves a bank on the 14, he's in a little bit of a spot here. So
maybe he could just play a good shot. You're right. And
here
just
we go with the glasses on. No, he's going to go ahead and play it and run the cue ball into the.
Nine. You also got Amar Kang playing Bryce Avila.
That's a good match over there, I bet.
There's water and coffee. Why did he do this?
Well, he didn't have, he was in a tough spot there. Now, is he going to try and spin behind the 9 here? That's a little dicey. But that's what he's going to do, I think. I guess he can, but he's got to bank it. Yeah.
So you literally think that Busty at this point is being so careful that he's literally trying to leave him nothing to shoot at?
Well, wouldn't you after you watch some of the shots he's made?
No, I'm just confirming here. Just confirming.
Yeah, I mean, gee
I mean,
whiz.
maybe mentally I'm playing bad one pocket and he's playing really good one pocket.
See, now he's... sometimes it's advantageous not to send a ball up table like Jayson did there, because now he's got to worry about leaving him a cross bank. Like most of us would have just got that ball out of his hole. Well, he didn't do that. He just put him in a little spot where he's got a funny little safety here. Okay, he's trying to double him up on the 9 with the...
Thank you, love. Cheers, John.
Oh. Is this me? Thank you.
Hot streaming coffee. You remember that?
Hot steaming coffee. See, he took a pretty simple little shot, but effective. I think he'll kick the 9. But underneath and just bump it up. Be careful not to leave a bank on the 15 or scratch. It's a little tricky. From this angle, it looks a little tougher than I thought.
Just to remind everyone, we are playing a race to 4, so if Django can manage to pull this one down, it'll be Jayson's break. No? Or did Jayson break this?
Jayson broke this one.
Jayson broke this one.
I'm not sure. He's left-handed. He might have broke for the other hole. I don't know. He might have broke for him.
This is very oh, he's taking a foul.
They're smartening up.
It's very interesting to see Jayson's sort of mental game in one pocket unfold, because I mean, I wouldn't have bet on him in this match.
No.
After what I saw against Skylar. At all, you know. And I'm just being honest. I like Jayson. He's an amazing shooter.
Well, Busty's outweighted him, but Jayson when he went for the shot, that's made him. He's won 2 games when it looked like he was a big underdog. Okay, I don't. What's this here? Wow. And he got away with it. Maybe.
Well, let's see. He can't see the full 6 ball. I don't. Well, maybe he can.
He can see it, but
It's a dangerous shot.
He's going to clear some balls. He's going to move some balls up table. Look at that cue ball.
Yeah, I think at this point, Busti's ready to grind it out now. He's ready to grind. That's a good cue ball too.
Yeah. Going up table.
John, I thank you for sitting with me and enjoying this match.
I love to. Been playing one pocket for over 50 years and show what I don't know.
Busti's actually up 4-0. Thank you, Jay. Jay Helfert.
Hello, Jay.
And yeah, Jayson had one earlier and took a foul, which brought him back to 0.
Well, he's gonna.
So.
Shoot, he just. Well, you got to get the 15 out of the path, I guess.
Yeah, he's not. He's not making the. He's not banking that 14 to make it.
No, I think he's going to get shot at here one way or the other. He can shoot the 7 and maybe spin down and hit the 14 with the cue ball. But he's jacked up. Or maybe just play speed with the 7, just pocket speed. I don't think he leaves anything.
If it works out, he overcut it.
No, he didn't. I told you, yeah.
Ah, he protected.
Good shot. See, now I just put him down on that
14.
Top
Just
left 10 ball. You know, maybe shoot into the 3 or into the 10 and try and tree him. And
Oh, you mean the 10 ball up table by the Tiger logo?
He's looking at it. He's looking at it. Let him fire away. Or he might 2-rail this ball. Cue ball will run into the 3 and stay there.
I like where that 7 ball is for Busti.
Okay, he's saying it's not frozen, so maybe he's just going to bump it.
He might try to bank it even. No, he's just
bump
yeah.
it.
But I like where the 7 ball is for. Yeah, he's okay.
Trying
Because
to tree him.
if Jayson, well, Jayson actually, that's a good shot because he's taken away the kick on the 14.
Yeah.
So
he's just going to take
Busti's
this ball
gonna take it out.
High balls, maybe stick it. Like that.
And now he's going to get taken out. And we're back to 1.
And here we go,
back
up
to
table.
square 1. Now this shot is the first truly up table shot because in the other shots we've seen both players able to get back to the rail, but in this case we're not going to see.
Get it over on his side. I think bank it by the 8.
So it's all about who makes the first mistake here.
Well,
and
now,
Busty can afford
they're all
maybe
down
one
table.
or two.
He doesn't have a shot to get the cue ball back down the table, so he's got to do some kind of little tricky finesse shot. It looks like Jayson's going to get the first chance to go for his hole, I think. Unless he can hit that 15 real thin, but that's dangerous. He's looking to see if any, because the last thing he wants to do is hit that 15 hard enough for the cue ball to come down and make something in that hole. So what's he doing here? He's got pretty much a free bank here.
On the 2?
Sure, you can just spin it out from the 14. Back the middle of the table. So I was right, Jayson did get the first pop at something.
Yeah.
Now we're back. Now the situation's reversed. But he'll try to, same thing, he doesn't want to make anything. He's going to hit that 15th in.
Jay Halfort's saying he's taking a break because this might take a while.
It will take a while. And 10:30 tomorrow, who's playing? Tony Chohan.
Chip Compton and Tony Chohan.
Oh my gosh. That'll be a good one.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Is Busty taking a... No, he's... This is kind of...
Well, he kind of got it in no man's land, but he can maybe kick behind it. Is it, how far is it off the rail?
I don't think it's far enough. I think that...
Now, the old bank pool champions could throw this ball easily.
Yeah. With a lot of spin.
Yeah. He might, yeah, he's got room to kick it, evidently. No? Oh my gosh, he threw it too. Uh-oh.
Oh, the 6 went in? Or the...
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do here if you're Busty? I mean...
if you're Busty, you go for it and try to draw and kick behind it. And if you don't do that, if you still... I doubt that he'll leave a shot.
You play this draw out, you play the short side of the 9, and the 9's the next ball.
Yeah, you play the draw to the long rail, and if you miss it, you're going to go underneath and kill it on the end rail.
Oh, he's going underneath.
No, he might be spinning running it. He just cinched it.
Chris Swartz saying hello to us.
Oh, he's home?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you missed your action.
I wanted to play some golf till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Get back here, Chris.
Yeah, well, never mind then. See, he's just getting it on the rail and getting it on his side.
Shout out to Chris Swart.
I've been banking this ball by his hole here. He didn't. No. Took a little goofy chance there. He can't make this, but he can get it down there, banking it. He's got hit real close to the side pocket. I don't think it'll go unless he really pounded it, and he won't do that.
Chris Swartz says, settle down. We have all day tomorrow, John.
Tell him oh, yeah.
Huh?
Oh, here we go. Oh, man, now they're going into safety mode. I'm surprised he's not banking the 14. He's gone for tougher shots than that. Look out.
Excuse me. Has he left this 9? No, because the spot's
No,
in
the
the
14 maybe if he can see it. I guess he can't see it. He's froze on the deuce.
way. Hey, Lawson. Lawson in the chat room. What up? Hey, I want to give a shout out to Lawson Lee. He and who else was it that came and helped us load? Charlie, the big.
Oh, he had a nice
Is it Charlie?
looky here.
Helped us
Look
load
at
out.
this shot. Well, he's either going to just slam into it or back cut the 14 or draw over and hide it behind the 5, which might play pity pat for a while. That's what he's going to do, I think.
Chris Swartz says that we have all day tomorrow and also gives you time to cash your Social Security check, which.
It's already automatically deposited.
Oh, I see. Okay. Even on July 4th weekend like this?
Well, I had it before.
Oh, okay. Comes early in lieu.
They have a tournament at Hard Times the day that my Social Security check comes in to see who gets to play me every month.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Let's go.
Well, you should be getting a settlement now from this car accident,
No, I'm
right?
not going to. You know, someone says, oh, go to the chiropractor. You know, they're going to have you come in 3 times a week and taking x-rays of every bone in your body.
I tell you what, I'm grateful for my accident. Shoot, if it wasn't for my accident, I wouldn't have bought all this equipment.
Yeah, but you probably really got hurt.
I did. I did.
You know, I'm just sore. I'm pretty sore.
In fact, I got hurt so much I'm not jumping on a motorcycle again.
But you know, we'll see. I mean, sometimes it takes weeks to find out if you know. I got.
So.
It ain't their fault I'm old, you know.
I've seen a little bit of a shift in a power shift in this game.
Style.
Well, no, a power shift in this game. But Jayson still owes 1.
Yeah. Jayson owes 1. Boostie's got what, 4?
Lock win. Hey, thanks for
5.
the super chat.
Yeah.
It's 5 to -1.
5 to -1.
What do you do here? I think he's
just going to get him out. Just ram him. Jayson's going to have some kind of shot unless he gets very fortunate here. Might not be a ooh.
Oh, he was lucky there.
Well, he's playing the cue ball up there, you know, and let the balls go where they go. But he did get fairly lucky, if you want to know.
Joe Stachin says, I love the glasses on Boostie's head. Total gangster.
Oh, Jerry's at the room watching.
Joe
too?
Stachin.
Huh?
Joe Stachin.
Oh, Joe Stachin.
So I don't understand. Is being gangster supposed to be cool? Is that
evidently
being a cold?
How you asking me about being cool?
Killer.
What the hell would I know about that?
No, man. I think there were some cool gangsters, you know. Jimmy Cagney.
You know how hard this shot is jacked up to hit this good? He's just trying to hit it in the nose. Boosty. Well, he's swinging at this one, I think.
He might have lost a ball here to this.
Or he can bank the 1. He can bank
the. He can bank the 1, and it's a safe bank. He's gonna play. He knows how to make this ball. Robert
playing
Aldana.
Shape on the 1.
This ball's not gonna stop, sir. Hey, Robert Aldana, I'm mad at you because you're not here playing 9-ball or anything. I still love you though, bro. Robert Aldana's here.
Hello, Robert. Well, Boostie's gonna I think he'll shoot the. I don't think he'll shoot the spot shot. He'll just try to spin around.
That's the smarter shot because, you know, that if you hit this wrong in any way, you hit the 14, you don't make it either ball.
Yeah. So what's
But he's shooting at the frickin' 10.
Well, he's going to shoot speed. Well, no, I think he's going to shoot pocket speed then. I can't imagine rifling this in, but these are champions.
What in the world?
See? See, he has 5 balls already. That puts him at 6. That's huge, huge advantage.
I know. He could have spun the ball in.
Easily. Now they're out.
I'm mad now.
Yeah. They're getting tired. I can't. It's the only excuse I can think of. I could see him playing pocket speed, but on the other side of the bump off the other ball.
Come on. 5-second shot clock.
So this tournament is over Friday?
Yeah, technically. And then the same day that the 10,000 added 9 balls starts.
How did he hit this ball? See, he got pissed off that he hit the other one so bad, come with a shot. What a shot.
That was a good shot. That was a good shot.
Now, if he banks this one in, he's got a shot on the 14, and game over. Always trying to hide it behind a 5. Try to do 2 things at once, though.
Yeah. Daniel Busch's pool time is fading away. As this
Oh, that's right. You want to play.
I wanted to play.
I'll have
no. You know what's funny is a few of the same people that were sweating this match when it started are still here sweating that match.
Well, how
they're still here sweating this match.
I'll guarantee you the guys on onepocket.org, you know, I mean, they are the most ardent One Pocket fans there are. And they're, you know, there's guys in parts of the country that it's early morning.
Did Shaw scratch again?
You better get some sleep because at 10:30 we really have a good one tomorrow.
I'm calling in sick tomorrow.
You know, everywhere you look, you got the who's who of One Pocket here.
Yes, yes. Jayson Shaw owes 2. That is correct.
And waiting in the wings, we have Alex Pagalayan and Dennis Orcullo.
Oh, good hit. That was a good hit. Even from this distance, I noticed it was good. I'm going to, you know, see, I'm going to give this up and just go to referee school and become a referee.
A lot of money in that.
So you were an insurance man. That was your trade, right?
I finished in the mortgage business, but I was in the insurance business for years down in Southern California, yeah. I had from the original Golden Q, which would be, Kenny bought it from a good friend of mine, Indian Joe Monzingo.
Oh, yeah?
And Indian Joe, we played anybody that came in, and he was always in with me.
Yeah.
And I was in the book, you know, the road player book. Played the big guy's glasses. He's good for 800 or 1,000.
Yeah.
But I didn't lose every time, you know.
Danny's book, right?
No, with all the guys that I'm trying to think of the guy that.
Freddie Betvanega?
No. The road players book. Who to go play? Who will?
Oh,
gamble,
the little black
play,
book.
You know. Look at this. Look at this. Right, shot himself right back in the game a little bit. If you came in, I'd play you. I had an insurance agency right down the street. They'd call me up. I'd come down and play. Frank the Barber would play.
Yeah.
He and I were, you know, we both had jobs, but we would play the road players.
Yeah, tomorrow's 10:30 a.m. Pacific. fixed standard time. So if you're in New York, it's 1:30. If you're in Texas, it's 12:30. If you're in Colorado, it's 11:30.
He's thinking to put a little stroke down on this 7 here. I don't think he will ultimately, but he's looking at it. He's looking at it. Ram it in and draw your rock, Jayson. He says, I just got back in this game a little bit. I'm not going to do that yet. So now it's 6-1, I believe.
He owed 2.
Yeah.
He only paid 1.
Well, he only had 1 coin up there.
Did he owed 2? That's no good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. They probably got a better handle on it than we do.
Well, I tell you what. I think Boosty may have, if he owes 2, and Jayson messed up, it's Boosty's responsibility to make him aware of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they're not playing sleepers, but there was only 1 coin up there.
Yeah, but you can take the same coin and move it up a second diamond.
The Filipinos do that. Yeah.
I do that too sometimes when there's only 1 coin.
I want a bunch of coins up there.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, isn't it? For a $2 super chat, Lock Win would like me to let the world know that Locke owns Albert. Who's your daddy, Albert? Lock Win. What do you want me to say for $5?
Check the account and see if he sent it before you.
Well, it's in there. $2.
Okay.
This is great. This 1 pocket is great.
This match surprised me that it's gone on as long as it has. The way they started off.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a little like verklempt right now because I thought that
Look at this. Ooh.
I thought that Jayson owed 2, so he only paid 1. So I'm just going to operate on its 6-2 score. But for some reason, I just whatever.
Yeah, that's right. He scratched in that upper corner.
He scratched in the upper corner. That makes him -2, you know.
Well, but I thought maybe he paid the other ball back. I don't know.
With what? He had nothing to pay it with. He was already at -1, right?
I don't know. All I saw was 1 coin up there. So.
Some people may think, you know, a lot of people. You know what's weird? A lot of people think I'm the tournament director of these things. You know, hey man, they ask me a lot of tournament director questions. You know.
We have the same tournament director here that they have at the Derby City Championship.
Yeah, and well, I think Ken Schumann is a introducer at the U.S. Open, if I'm not mistaken, not a tournament director.
He's cutting back a little on some of the things, but you know he's doing some more commentating now, which he does at,
with CSI.
Yeah, with CSI.
Yeah, I'm getting the chat rooms telling me that Boosty slept on that second ball.
Well, he also is the referee in those matches at the DCC.
He is a referee.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it, man. You know, people sleep on their balls all the time.
Yeah, you only said it 16 times.
Yeah, it's like whatever. I'm trying to move beyond that now.
Okay, he's going to two-rail this and try to hide him behind probably the 7. No.
Oh, that.
Oop. See, if he'd have tried to make it, he'd had to go by the 7. That's a little dangerous because that 15 might be straight in there. I don't like splitting those balls up with the lead.
The 3-5 or the 3.
No, he broke
15?
them balls up on the spot with that shot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if Jayson gets the shot first.
Then it's, and they're going Jayson's way too.
Well, they lay a little tough here. See, I might just hit the 7 real thin and leave him jacked up, and he can just shoot that 1 if he wants.
Hey, Lock, Albert, if you weren't listening, Lock Win owns you.
Do you know Lockwin?
I have no idea who they are.
He's Albert's daddy. That's all we know.
Yeah, who's your daddy?
Oh, he's playing. I don't like it. Oh man, he's got such a nice cue ball.
Yeah, it's so deceptive to see cue ball moving at that speed. You don't know if it's going to get there.
Well, these guys get, you know, with their that stroke of theirs, they just get the extra distance. He pushes through the ball so well. So now he can just fan this into the 9, send the cue ball down there, or he can bank it and fall way down. Can't make it, but he can get it. In the vicinity. Maybe hit the 1 if it gets it real good. Maybe this is no good.
Maybe it is good.
See, that's.
Maybe I'm amazed.
Wow, you got a little lucky there.
Well,
Cue ball's going to be behind the 10. Though.
yeah, next shot. You know, maybe you can sense this too, John. They're both sort of playing with a sense of doubt that they don't know which one's going to win. Right? I don't feel.
That's a little too heavy for me.
I don't feel any confidence coming from either one of them. You know.
Well, we thought Busty was the favorite.
But, I mean,
Jayson went out to a big lead, and looks like he's, you know, it looks like Busty's going to catch up. He's banking this ball.
You think?
Yep. Free bank. He hits these good. Well, he won the banks at the Derby City this year, didn't he?
No. No, yes, you're right. I was thinking it was Billy Thorpe, but Billy Thorpe came in 5th.
Billy Thorpe, yeah. No,
Yeah.
Busty won the bank.
Yes, Boosty won the banks. Billy Thorpe came in 5th, won the banks and the 9, or the,
No,
was it
Alex
the 9 ball?
won the 9 ball. Alex.
Well, Billy ended up with Master of the Table. Did he not?
No.
That's what it says. That's what it.
I don't think so.
All right, let me go
It
back
was
to
close, but I don't think he did. Or Cuyo won Master of the Table because he won the 9 ball.
So Billy won the Derby City 1 pocket, came in 5th in the banks, and 2nd in the Master of the Table.
Yeah,
So
or Cuyo.
Second to Orkuyo.
So I want
Master
my
of the
dollar
Table.
back.
I thought I paid you in coffee, brother.
Oh, okay. How are you a coffee?
No,
Can he
that's
have
all
another
right.
cup? Not
That's all
tonight.
right.
What's that over there by you? How many have you had?
I think 3.
Oh.
Geraldine said 3.
Oh.
Where's the cue ball? Where's the
away.
cue ball going?
See, but he had an. Oh, he's left a bank though. He
On the 5?
That's a nice shot if he makes it. Then he's got a bank on the 9. Then he can spin up to the bank on the 10. He just got up and whacked it pretty quick, though.
Well, they're both kind of tired. They won't, you know.
How long's this been going on? What time did it start?
This is 2 hours and 41 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot
Race to
longer.
4 is.
I predicted 1 hour and 20 minutes, so it's exactly double what I thought this was going to be. And, you know,
Ooh.
okay, you're Jayson Shaw. You're an aggressive player. Yes, you don't go for the 9. That's good. Good shot.
Nice shot there.
Yeah.
He's banking again.
You think that's the shot, John?
Yeah. Well, he's got a that way he protects the ball. You know, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's shooting the 2-railer maybe. Ooh,
You're right. He
that's
is.
Bold.
Oh, because he wants to flick off of one of those balls and get lucky.
Yeah. But he's left the same. Well,
Jason's looking at the 10 again.
Tougher. This one's a little tougher.
Oh, it looks like it's frozen. He's going to move the 9 out of there.
Yeah.
Ooh, around the world. Oh boy.
Boofsy worked them all down on his side, but they're going to start coming out of there. Oh, he's going to
2-railer. Yep.
I don't like it. He might. Unless the cue ball comes by the 3.
If he'd have gotten a much better 1 ball, even if he didn't make it, he would have put Jayson in a lot of trouble there. But
well, he can play the 5 off the 1.
Off the 1,
send
yeah.
them both out.
Yeah.
He ain't going to make it, I don't think, but
no.
both going out of there.
We saw John Schmidt play a very similar shot to that last year and made it. It was a highlight shot for us. Played
John's here.
Played
I
it
don't know how
against
he's
Dennis
doing in the
Roculio.
tournament.
John Schmidt is on the winner's side. You guys, there is a bracket you can check. It's compusport.ca. Check out the bracket for the WCS 5,000 added 1 pocket at California Billiards.
He's hitting that ball. He just doesn't want to hit it quite that hard. Now he might bank the high ball by the side pocket if he's got he doesn't have the angle.
The 10.
No, the other one. He could come out, but he can't. I just think I'd shoot the 9 into the 10, but he's gonna go ahead and make the 10.
What the hell?
See,
wow.
You would think you'd have to hit that pretty hard to stiff it, but he put such a nice stroke on it. He shortened it up, played it like a diamond table.
I didn't think for a minute that was available. So for $3, I'm being asked to commentate this match in a Russian accent. Okay, you'll get exactly 1 minute of that. So what is the score, John?
The score is Busty 6.
6-4?
6-4.
6-4. Boy, Jayson really making comeback.
Jayson making comeback. Is that Russian or Lithuanian? I can't tell. We're getting a little dingy, folks. It's been a long day.
No, I think Boosty make ball now. I think
just
Boosty make ball now.
He's got a nice shot. He hit it. He hit it perfect.
Oh, this perfect shot. Perfect shot.
Wow. So here we're going to the hill.
We're going to hill.
He needs 1 ball. Jayson needs 4. Nice bank. Nice stroke.
Very nice bank. This guy play good.
What's he doing here? Oh, he's just getting it on his side. This ball's bankable, but dangerous. But the cue ball can go back and forth and hide behind them balls. I'm thinking he's banking the one here.
Yanil Zakaev, I am Russian.
Oh, he's just going to get it on his side.
Okay, we're done. We're done with the Russian accent.
He might kick this. No. Just got to be careful not to dig behind it and scratch, but it's definitely a gopher. He's going. No, he's banking.
He's banking. Whoa.
This is why he's banking.
Dude, Boosty's amazing. Look, he's like, come on, man. That's supposed to go in all day.
He is the bank champion of the Derby, you know. There's a reason for that. Two-railer now, maybe? No. If he lets him keep swinging, he's going to pop one in. This is a tough shot, but it's doable.
Well, Boosty's on one.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I'm going potty after this game. If Boosty wins this game, I'm going to take a quick break and come. I'm sure they're going to take a quick break and come back. Oh, it rolled out a little, didn't it?
Boy, he hits those kicks.
Well, that's the role these players were talking about on this table a little bit. I asked them, I said, can we get this adjusted? No, don't bother.
Who would do the adjustment?
I mean, isn't this a Gold Crown 3 or 2 where you can
It's
just
a 3. It's a 3.
turn the wheels under the feet? Not
yeah, but
wheels, but
you start fooling
there's a
with
collar,
that and you're not Ernesto, and pretty soon the
yeah,
whole
right.
table's gonna
Next thing you know, you're calling them up.
Yeah.
There's no stream table all of a sudden.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
He's going to go on the wrong side.
Oh, no.
Oh, he got lucky.
Bam.
Oh, he can spin that in, yeah. Yeah, he hit the point. He was taking a swing at it. Now, look at this.
Oh, yeah, what a roll for Jayson.
Hello.
Hello is right.
You can just roll this in. Got a two-railer on the 3. Oh, he's going to play shape on the 3. He doesn't like two-railers. He wants it straight in.
He's missed that by a mile.
Yeah, we one-stroked it.
Like Jeffrey Ignacio.
I played Jeffrey at the Derby the first game of one pocket he ever played. Yeah.
Well, how'd he do?
I beat him.
Oh, well, there you go.
Now, he had just knocked Dennis Orcullo out of the Bigfoot 10 ball, the big tournament. And then they called his match with me. And Orcullo was playing on the next table. And at that point, he didn't speak very good English. And he was explaining to me, he says, I've never played a game of one pocket, and I don't know much about it. And I says, well, you could probably ask Dennis, except for you just knocked him out. And Dennis just kind of turned around and walked away. So anyway, I beat him 3-1. The only time I left him anything that resembled a shot, once he told me it was in the stack for him, he ran out. He had a very good run over here the first trip. He won everything.
Well, let's see. Edgy Geronimo's just learning the game too. I mean, he's a great rotation player.
Yeah, Edgy
just
played
learning
in a
the
couple
game.
of our monthlies. You could tell that, and that's been a couple of years since I've seen him play.
Well, he was here last year for the one pocket here at West Coast Challenge, and he gave Tony Choad a pretty good game.
Yes, he did. Well, I mean, those guys are
you can actually watch
inherent pool players. I mean, they have so much natural ability.
See, you see that shot? I go for those shots all day. I go for those, and actually have a high percentage on those shots.
He's not extending his stroke like he was earlier. He's just punching on some of those shots. This shot can be made. There is a danger of scratching.
Yeah, you can. Oh, you can thin it, scratch, or, you know, what's worse is thinning this and rattling the cue ball in the hole. Yeah, he played. I think that's smarter.
I do too.
You only need one ball, you know. So wait
Well,
for
you
the
only needed one a long
opportunity.
time ago. He's already.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
lucky
I
that it's
know.
not only one
well,
ball left on the table because.
Well, he's rushing things.
Jayson just got up and whacked that shot. He jacked up and tried to play goofy shape.
I don't think Jayson wanted to make that ball.
Yeah, I think so. He needs balls down table. But Busti's liable to shoot this combo one railer.
Yeah, but well, yeah, no, he can do it and avoid hitting the one. Oh.
No, he's going behind the log now. He's made a, you know.
Yeah, that's good selection. Good choice.
He gets some kind of shot next.
So he's basically what he's doing. He's putting those 3 balls in places that are potentially good places for him to shoot from.
He just wants to cut this thin and put the cue ball over on the rail. And, you know, he's going to leave some kind of something, but he wants him to maybe take a chance. I don't know what else he can do here. He probably knows. He actually could bank the 5 if he swings at it hard. But he's leaving a cue ball's coming back down where it is now, but then he'd leave a bank on the 1 maybe. He's going to bank the 1 and shoot it hard.
He's trying to bring the cue ball back to the rail somehow. Yeah, you're right. He did bank the 1.
Yeah,
now, there's a pool player who used to be really McCready. He would play that shot all day.
The 2-railer?
Yeah, that 2-railer from the spot like that against the rail.
He's got the stroke to stiff it.
Yeah.
As Jayson does too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there, you know, he took, you know,
Hey.
Better not let him see the cross.
He doubled it up. He did a good job. That was good speed.
I'd kick the 5 here safe, but I don't know what he's going to do. Kick off the end rail. He could slam bang it, the 1. But
You mean just take them both out? But you just don't know where those balls are going to go. That's the, you know. I think at this point, you know, you just gotta be patient and be as deliberate as possible, you know.
so what does he want to do? Go for the 3-railer that lays a little bit goofy, or just roll up and hide it?
He's going for the 3-railer.
Now he can slam bang the 1.
Right. He's taking both of these balls out.
No, he's going to, oh boy.
He's taking them both out, you know. He might have left this 5 ball.
Yeah. It's pretty tight, but
It is.
if you don't lay it down there,
I'm trying to think if
on the 1.
No, he can't shoot the 5. He'll kiss into it. What's he doing here? 3-railer?
He's just banking it down. He just sending.
Whoa. That's upstairs, bro. That is an upstairs shot right there.
Wow.
Upstairs. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my friends Rhino, Paul Joko, Brian Elwell, Rudy Torres, all you boys at Cue Ball in Alhambra, Victor Castillo,
Is the cue ball
Sean
still there in
Sharver.
Alhambra?
Yeah,
On
still
Main
there.
Street?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
for
yeah,
crying out loud.
Those tables are great too. They're like old pro-ams.
Frank the Barber, Timmy Paget, and I played there years
ago. Still there, and the tables are great.
Wow. I went to high school in Alhambra.
Sunday tournament every Sunday. Ever in town, come on down.
I'm gonna just fan this, maybe. Oh.
Well, that's a three-railer.
Yeah, he's swinging at this one.
It's not so easy though, because
Well,
there might be
ball's going to come out.
there's
He
a
might
kiss.
have a nice shot at the one if he hits it
There's-
too hard.
There's a
gets to the
kiss.
end rail.
There's a kiss.
No.
No,
put
not
a
off the
stroke
force.
on it.
Not on the force follow. Okay.
He's just got to bank it up by the one.
Well, this is where Jayson might find himself in a little bit of trouble.
Well, he's let him swing at it a couple times already.
This is a Z-bank.
No.
No, because the cue ball's coming twice around the table. Yeah.
Well, no, he can kill it. He might just get it over there and draw it down by the three.
He played my shot. He played my shot.
Wow. Here we go.
Hey!
Only one more.
Stolichnaya. All for everybody.
3-3.
Wow, what a match we got going on over here. I gotta go to the restroom, or maybe go take a nap. I'll be back.